Good morning, everyone. For those who don't know me, my name is Helena. I'm the Executive Director with the Greater New York Chamber of Commerce, and I am very, very excited about this webinar today, Doing Business with the MTA. So the reason, you know what, we have been putting on a lot of webinars. Yesterday was with Oath about civil I can't even speak with Oath about what to do if your business was issued a summons. We did last week access to capital, how to get government grants. And today it is how to do business with the MTA. Everyone knows that Greater New York Chamber represents 30,000 different business and civic leaders. Our mantra, our mission is to help you grow your business. And what we do, and we take a lot of pride in it, is to provide information from the local, city, state, and federal agencies to give you that information, to trickle down the information, get it into the business's hands, because once you have that information, you're going to employ more people. The economy is going to do better. Your community is going to do better. And that's what we, as me representing the Greater New York Chamber, I am thrilled that I have this opportunity to pass it on to you. So right now I am going to, first of all, I'd like to say thank you to Christine, Karen, and Terrence from the MTA. This is being recorded. There is a chat going on. They are going to do their presentation, and we will have opportunities for Q&A at the end. So right now I am going to turn it over, first of all, to Christine Norman. She is the Deputy Chief Diversity Officer. We have Karen Padavatan, hopefully I'm pronouncing your name correctly, Director Business and Diversity Initiatives, and Terrence Byerson, the Manager, Business and Diversity Initiatives. So again, on behalf of the Greater New York Chamber of Commerce, to all three of you, thank you so much. This is very, very popular. I had a lot of RSVPs, and it just shows that they are interested in this. They are interested in how to do business with you. So we're really excited about this. Christine, I'm going to turn it over to you, and I'll be monitoring the chat. And if you have any questions, I'll be popping in and listening.
Sure. Thank you, Helena. I really appreciate this opportunity. We are equally as excited to talk about the MTA, talk about our capital plan, and all of the wonderful programs that we have available to assist small businesses at the MTA. So I'm glad to be here, and we're going to get started. Let me share my presentation. Okay.
Perfect.
All right. All set? Okay. So we are the MTA. I'm Christine Norman. I am the Deputy Chief Diversity Officer at the MTA. I work for the Department of Diversity and Civil Rights within the MTA, and I have three business initiatives that I am responsible for. One is DBE certification, and we'll learn more about that throughout the presentation. Our MWBE outreach, which we have Karen and Terrence that manage that process, and then reporting. The MTA is state and federally funded, and so we have a lot of reporting responsibilities. And so those are the three initiatives that I manage. But now we'll go into a bit more about the MTA. Okay. All right. So the MTA, as you can see, is a huge organization of over 70,000 employees. The MTA is North America's largest transportation network. The operating agencies are New York City Transit, Long Island Railroad, Metro North Railroad, Bridges and Tunnels, and Construction and Development. And construction and development supports all of the agencies by identifying, developing, and building all of the capital infrastructure projects needed to renew and enhance the MTA's extensive assets. The MTA subway ridership is currently over 3.5 million people. and we are almost at pre-COVID levels where we probably toppled 400 million customers a day. So we are constantly, in motion. We are the MTA. Okay. The MTA has an expansive capital plan, and that's what I really would, like to tell you about. We have millions of dollars, planned for the restoration of the MTA system network, to purchase new rail cars, to purchase new trains and buses, to modernize our system. And our 2025 is a comprehensive and strategic,
Christine,
describes,
you're
yes,
in and out. Can you repeat?
okay,
Just go back 2 lines because you
okay.
were, for some reason we didn't hear it.
Okay. All right. So we were talking about key MTA initiatives, our 2025 to 29 capital plan. Once every 5 years, construction and development prepares a comprehensive and strategic capital plan. And that plan describes the MTA's investment strategy across all of our agencies. And so the MTA has proposed this year a $68.4 billion investment to make sure that New Yorkers have
I think we might be having some technical difficulty. Christine, you're freezing.
okay, I'm not sure what's happening, but I'll try my headset to make sure that the information comes across more clearly.
Oh, perfect. Thank you so
Let me
much.
try that and see if it helps at all. Not sure why I'm freezing. You don't appear to be freezing on my end, but we'll see. Okay, let's try again.
There we go.
All right. Um, so in our capital plan, we do a rigorous needs assessment that informs how we would spend that $68 billion over the next 5 years. We have an aging infrastructure, and we've identified that 69% of the subway system uses 100-year-old signaling equipment. So that leads to delays and breakdowns. 81 of our transit power substations are in poor or marginal conditions. So we have a plan to modernize, all of the infrastructure that goes into ensuring that you have access to safe, reliable, and timely, transportation. So we've provided just a highlight of what we intend to do with that money. Purchase new rail cars, modernize our signal system, rebuild the Grand Central Artery, repair critical infrastructure, and improve the station environments. So and we have an aggressive accessibility, project to put elevators and escalators in our subway stations to make it more accessible for all of our customers. Okay. So where do you come in, right? Where do small businesses fit in? We are committed to economic growth for all businesses in the New York region, and we've made some ambitious commitments to New York State certified firms over the next 5 years. MTA Construction and Development works with a wide range of construction contractors and design, engineer, and architects to construct our projects. And we're always looking to expand and deepen our partnerships with vendors, large and small. So let's get into doing business with the MTA. As you can see, over the next 5 years, We intend to spend up to $7.5 billion with New York State certified firms that are MWBE, DBE, and SCVOB as part of the capital plan. We want to increase awards through our small business mentoring program, and I'll go into detail about the small business mentoring program. And we intend to add local hiring goals to $5 billion worth of contracts over the next 5 years. We also would like to increase enrollment in the small business mentoring program and certify at least 300 new DBE firms over the next 5 years. Those large enrollments will really help us meet our contracting goals. As I said, we expect to expend at least $7.5 billion with certified firms over the next 5 years. So we have to have more firms available to participate in all of our contracting opportunities that are available, that will become available. Okay. So doing business with the MTA. Any firm at all that is interested in working with the MTA needs to spend some time on the MTA's website. We have a wealth of information, everything from procurement to real estate, to vending opportunities. Um, Everything that we do, can be found on the MTA. So if you're interested on the MTA's website, so if you're interested in doing business with us, you need to spend some time on the MTA.info website to learn more about our business. The MTA spends over $7 billion annually on procurements, ranging from office supplies and market research to rail cars and construction contracts, that keeps this region's subways and buses running, as well as our bridges and tunnels and commuter railroads. So, to participate in the procurement process, firms must register to do business with the MTA. We maintain our own bidders list. If you go to mymta.info/vendor, you can register to get on the MTA's bidders list. You will select the commodity codes that reflect your business services, and then we will send you notifications of opportunities to bid or propose on those contracting opportunities as they become available. Okay. Now, what do we buy? How do we buy it? I'm going to go into some detail that explains MTA procurement. So, MTA headquarters does purchasing for all agencies, and we call that indirect purchasing. Indirect purchasing are items that are not tied to the specific service that the MTA agency provides. So, a direct service would be the purchase of a bus or a train. An indirect purchase would be the purchase of office supplies, furniture, IT equipment. Those are goods and services that are used across all MTA agencies, and those are purchased by MTA headquarters. So when you go onto our website and you're looking for opportunities, if you sell general goods and services, you would search for opportunities under MTA headquarters. If you were a supplier of more specific services like flooring, lighting, that has to do with replacement parts for trains and buses, then you would look on each agency's website for those opportunities. You could search for procurement opportunities with Metro North, Long Island Railroad, bridges and tunnels, construction and development for the construction opportunities, as well as New York City Transit for everything else. Okay. And again, all of the capital projects for MTA agencies are managed by construction and development. Okay. So, some more examples of indirect purchases: lubricants, professional services, legal, staffing, advertising, market research, uniforms. Those are all things that would be purchased under headquarters procurement on behalf of all of the MTA agencies. And then the MTA agencies will directly purchase the goods and services that they need for their operations. And how do we purchase? So typically we send invitations for bid um, to vendors based on the commodity codes that they use to identify their business services. And once you receive that solicitation, you are welcome to bid. When you register for the MTA's bidders list, you can also search our portal for opportunities. You don't have to wait for us to send you an invitation. I would advise that you go onto our website weekly and look at what we have currently available, and then throw your hat in for any of those opportunities that you think that you can fulfill the goods and services for. Competitive, we bid those information for bidders are competitive solicitations, and they're awarded to the lowest price, um, the lowest responsive and responsible bidder. Okay. Our other methods of procurement include the RFP process. So we send requests for proposals to vendors. We send out requests for quotes. I advise you to read everything that is included in the contract so that you understand what you're bidding on, when it's due. We'd hate for you to spend time preparing a bid document and then you get it to us late and then we don't accept it. So make sure that you have a clear understanding of what we're seeking, what goods and services we're seeking, and when your bids or proposals are due, the date and time, so that you get those quotes submitted to us in a timely fashion. Also included in the bid documents is a notice of a pre-proposal or a pre-bid meeting, and you'll want to attend any of those sessions so that you have more information about the goods and services we require and what is required of you, as a responder to the solicitation. So make sure that you read the contract detail. Okay. We also have available at the MTA discretionary procurement opportunities. Discretionary procurement opportunities are exclusively for New York State certified minority women owned business enterprises and New York State certified service disabled veteran owned businesses. These opportunities are also available to small business concerns. And what is a small business concern? So, New York State small business concern is a company that is located in New York State that has fewer than 100 employees and is not dominant in the field. And if you're not dominant in the field, then you can self certify as a small business and you can participate in discretionary opportunities. Those opportunities are valued up to 1.5 million, and they are not federally funded. Those are our state and operating funded contracting opportunities. These opportunities are all listed on the website, and that is why I encourage you to register for the MTA's bidders list so that you can, search for opportunities across all MTA agencies, but also too to spend some time on our website because we make this information publicly available. But to respond, you'd have to be registered to submit a bid. Okay. Um, we'll provide you with this link of resources that tells you how to register, more information about doing business with the MTA at our website. We also have certification information available to you here. The new and where to find opportunities to do business with the MTA. We advertise in the Daily News every Thursday. We advertise in Minority Commerce Weekly, the New York State Contract Reporter, and our construction and development opportunities and other procurement opportunities are listed on the MTA's website. And we will provide this information in the chat and later on in our follow up with vendors. Okay. So some of the many ways you can engage with the MTA is through the Small Business Mentoring Program. The Small Business Mentoring Program at the MTA focuses on construction. And right now, the program is for general contractors only. So, this program we've had in place for since probably about 2010. And our commitment is to grow and develop contractors through classes, mentoring, technical assistance, and providing them with access to capital. We have two programs. We have a tier one program where firms can stay in the program up to 4 years, and they will be allowed to bid on contracts that are up to $1.5 million, right? Your time in the program doesn't start, the clock doesn't start ticking until you're awarded a contract opportunity, right? We also have a tier two program. So once you complete tier one, you can move into tier two and you can bid on contracts that are valued up to $5 million, right? And then we have the Small Business Federal Program, and those are federally funded contracting opportunities where firms that are enrolled in the program bid on contracts up to $5 million again. Okay, what's the great thing about this program? It is your opportunity to work directly with the MTA as a prime contractor. You will be awarded contracts to us. Um, and you will manage those projects. In tier one, you'll have a construction management firm that works with you, to help you understand all of the contracting requirements and the safety requirements and responsibilities for doing business with the MTA. But after you move from tier one to tier two, you operate a little more independently, and you are more responsible for managing your contracts. We try to process payments within 10 days of you submitting a completed invoice for payment, which really helps with the flow of capital to your business. And so there are many benefits of being, in the program. And as you can see, we have the benefits listed, you know, um, opportunities to work with all of the MTA agencies as the opportunities arise. You have fast payment within 10 days. Um, we award contracts in an expedited amount of time. We try to close out contracts also in an expedited amount of time and process change orders and other submittals, faster than we are able to do it on a normal basis. And so we do all of this, to really assist firms with engaging, managing their contracts, and performing successfully on MTA projects. We've had a lot of success with the program. Last year in 2024, we awarded 23 contracts that was valued at over $32 million, and the average contract amount was 1.4 million. Over the lifetime of the program, as I said, we started the Small Business Mentoring Program in 2010, and we've awarded over 672 contracts, totaling over $721 million. Um, Firms in the program have effectively qualified for 168 loans, totaling $23.2 million. So that access to capital will, help you buy your material, help you with your payroll, help you to manage your project successfully with the MTA. Firms have secured over 500 million in aggregate surety bonds, and we've qualified over 869 firms in the program, and they receive, instruction, training on a variety of services related to enhance your business understanding of working with the MTA, and also of managing your back office, creating your website, to make your firms more visible and appealing, assist you with your capability statements, And really, we deliver to you some invaluable training to help enhance your business. Okay. We have a new construction firm um, that is managing our program after 12 years, and there'll be a new application coming up. The construction management company that manages the contract now is McKissick's and WSP joint venture. And you can, check our website. There will be more information in the coming weeks on the program. Um, we get this question a lot, if the program is only for construction, and right now our program is only for construction contractors. But the MTA is proposing legislation to the state to expand the program to include construction related services. So, what do we mean by construction related services? We would like to offer opportunities for engineering, architecture, lead abatement, um, MEP services. We really would like to get more companies involved in the mentoring program and increase opportunities for small firms to do business with the MTA. So that legislation is pending, and we'll provide you with more updates on that soon. The MTA also offers a disadvantaged enterprise business enterprise certification program. The MTA is one of four DBE certifying agencies in New York State. Along with the MTA, the Department of Transportation offers DBE certification. Niagara Frontier Transportation Agency, which is located upstate, and the Port Authority of New York and New Jersey offers certification for DBEs. DBE certification is encouraged for firms that would like to work on our federally funded projects. Once a firm is DBE certified by any of these entities, they're certified in New York State and can work with any entity in New York State that has federal funds. Okay. Um, so we encourage you, to access opportunities to work on both state funded and federally funded projects with all of these agencies, but certainly, most definitely, with the MTA. We have an expedited certification process. We have 90 days from the time a firm submits a completed application to certify that firm, but we're able to do it in an average time of 55 days. Last year at the MTA, we received 126 applications for DBE certification, and we certified 88 firms in 55 days. So there's no, long wait list or backlog. So if you're interested, you should definitely attend one of our DBE certification workshops, and I'll tell you more about the certification requirements and also where to find the application. There's a New York State Unified Certification application. So again, when you apply through any of the entities that I named, it's one application, and that application is good for any of the agencies. Certainly, MTA would like to be responsible for your certification. So when you visit the New York State UCP, click on Metropolitan Transportation Authority, and you can submit your application with us. Okay. Now, how do you qualify for DBE certification? Like similar to MWBE certification, a firm must be 51% or more owned by the disadvantaged business entity. So the firm must also be a citizen or lawfully admitted as a permanent resident, socially, economically disadvantaged, and not have a personal net worth that exceeds $2.047 million. Okay, your ownership must be real and substantial, and your business size cannot exceed $31.82 million. Um, the business size standard differs depending on the type of business. So if you are painting and wall covering, those contracts business size is 19 million. And so that means your business could not exceed $19 million over 3 years. So if you did a volume of business over a 3 year period that was more than 19 million, and your personal net worth was over 2.047, you would not be eligible for certification. But we have a team of certification analysts that help manage the program, and they will be available to answer all of your questions and assist you with the certification process. Okay. And so we will provide you with all of the certification contacts, and they will help you with the DBE process. The other benefit to certifying as a DBE in your home state, if your business is located in New York State, you have to first be certified here before you can do business in another state. And if you're located in New York State, why wouldn't you seek business in the tri state or expand even further? So get certified in New York State as a DBE, and then there's a shortened application process to certify in Connecticut and New Jersey and anywhere else you're interested in doing business. So get certified. The MTA, Department of Diversity and Civil Rights, we host quarterly new firm orientations. Our next new firm orientation will be held on June 18th, where we'll go into more detail about doing business with the MTA, and you'll hear from some of our agency partners in procurement, where they'll speak directly to you about the opportunities within their agencies. So I encourage you to attend a new firm orientation if you're seriously interested in doing business with us. We also host bi-monthly DBE workshops. We have a workshop coming up on June 11th for firms that are interested in seeking certification as a DBE. And the DDCR team, we're here to support you. As Helena mentioned, Karen Padavaton is our Director of Business and Diversity Initiatives. Terrence Byerson is our Manager of Diversity Initiatives. We have Lorraine Warren, who's the Senior Director of Certification, and she can answer any question that you might have, as far as the DBE certification program is concerned. We can also help you with MWBE certification in New York State. Cherie Owens is our Deputy Chief Diversity Officer for the MTA Small Business Development Program, and we will provide you with everyone's contact information. And then there's me, and I have a little bit of information about a lot of different things, and so I can help you in the process as well. And so that concludes our presentation. If anyone has questions, um, we're ready for it, Helena. I'm turning it back to
Okay.
you.
Okay, so I'm gonna go back in and scroll to the top. So if you have any questions, put it in. So hold on. Okay, hold on. I'm just scrolling down. The MTA will be sending you an email. I don't know if they're going to send the deck. The people are asking about the deck. So if you are on here, you will get a notification either from Christine, Karen, or from Terrence. They will follow up on that to answer a lot of questions on that. If you want to reference this, it will be on Chamber TV on our website, chamber.nyc. So share the presentation. I'm just going through. Hold on. There were questions.
Okay.
Freeze. Okay. Can you please share the process of getting on the bidders list and for the direct discretionary small purchase order?
Sure. To register for the MTA's bidders list, you must go to our website, mta.info/vendor. We have a secure portal that firms should register for. You can search the portal for opportunities to do business with the MTA across the MTA agencies, so for all agencies. And you would submit your bids through the portal. So it's important that you register. We can send you some information on how to access the portal and how to register to make it easier for you to do so. The portal is really vendor managed. So you will, log in, you will put your business service, your contact information, the commodity codes that reflect your business services to get on our bidders list. Excuse me. When you complete the registration, you'll be able to again search for opportunities to do business with us.
And someone asked, how do professional architects, engineers get involved the same way that Christine just mentioned? Correct?
Yes,
Okay.
you register to do business with us. You'll search for opportunities. Typically, we solicit engineers and architects through an RFP process. Once you if you're selected through that process, then you'll be able to participate in those contracting opportunities.
I think some of these questions have been answered, but I'm going to ask again. Is there a
Excuse
difference
me.
in MTA opportunities available for companies DBE certified by MTA versus Port Authority, PANY, Port Authority in New York, New Jersey?
Uh, yeah, well, the DBE certification process is the same with all four entities, but the opportunities will be specific to the agency, right? So there will be MTA construction opportunities. Most of our federal funds are utilized for construction infrastructure projects, whereas the Port Authority or DOT, they use it for their specific business needs. But the certification process, that's the most important thing. It's the same. So once you certify with the MTA, you could still work with the Port Authority or the DOT and vice versa. If you certify with DOT, you can work with the MTA.
Two things. One person said they're DBE certified but cannot verify the MTA bidders list because the portal keeps on giving her errors. So that would be an email with them directly, I would assume.
Yeah.
What is your definition of a contractor?
The a definition of a contractor, the person who holds the contract directly with the MTA would be a prime contractor to the MTA. A subcontractor would be a person who held a contract with the prime and they're indirect to the MTA.
Thank
Okay.
you. Sandra, I think that would be, Sandra, the question would be that Christine or Karen will be in contact to give you that information. They've been trying to get through and they just need assistance on it. Can a company in New Jersey do business with this program? I know that you addressed it, but
Absolutely. If a company in New Jersey is certified in New York State as an M or WBE or a DBE, then you most definitely can participate in any of our programs. But know that any business can do business with the MTA.
can you please repost the NYSU CP for the one application process? If Karen or Christine can put that in, greatly appreciate that. Hold on, got that. This is being, this is on Chamber TV. It is being recorded. And the MTA will be sending out emails on that to follow up on this presentation. Someone said, I'm a photographer. How many contracts do you see for this professional services over the year?
So I can't say that I've seen any direct contracts for photography. We do have in-house photography services, but there are prime contractors that hire photographers to take, photos of the job, right? So they have to provide us with progress photos, And so there may be opportunities with prime construction contracts to perform progress photos.
Good
Those are
questions.
indirect opportunities.
We are certified by NMSDC and New York City, but not New York State. So any consideration for that to do business with us?
No, you'd have to be state certified through the Empire State Development Corporation or federally certified as a DBE.
I don't know if you can answer this. How much budget of working apparel for the MTA?
So we have a large contract for uniforms. So we enter into multi-year contracts for that, and the uniform contract was over $30 million, and it was actually awarded to a WBE. So you have to get into the. It's a competitive process. First step is registering to do business with us.
Will there ever be small business? This is a good question. Will there ever be small business mentoring services for non-construction firms? We are an IT firm and would love to partner with larger firms on the MTA projects.
Not at this time, but we do have contracts for IT consulting firms, and those contracts have subcontracting requirements. So you would be partnering with larger firms like IBM, Accenture, um, just to name a few. That do business with us, and they are required, depending on the funding, to work with MWBEs, SDVOBs, or DBEs.
Let me, you know what, for those who know me and have been on our webinars and in our in-person networking, I will, when you are at a networking event and you see, I call it, see someone in your same lane, they do the same business. Don't think that is your competitor. That could be your new best friend because they might need to, they might have a contract and they need to partner up and you might be have that certification that they need to get that contract. So definitely partner, reach out to people in, I call it your same lane, your same business, because there are so many people that have said, Helena, that is so true. I reached out to that person. They needed, they needed to partner up to get that contract. So like Christine and Karen are saying, partner up with people. Hold on. Is there a way to obtain a current contract holders list for construction management firms or on-call contracts? I think you answered that.
Well, yes, on the MTA's website, if you looked under construction and development, we list our plan. We post our plan holders list, and we list our awarded contracts. So you will see who the prime contractor is, and you can always reach out to those firms with your interests as a subcontractor.
Uh, is there a way is there a way to meet with IT leadership about services upcoming projects as opposed to HW/SW procurement?
So procurement typically does not meet with vendors, right? Because they have to not give the appearance of any favoritism to any one vendor. So working through the Department of Diversity and Civil Rights is a good entry point. You can send us your capability statements and we will share it with procurement. Right. We also have a supplier diversity team within procurement, and we share your information with them as well. And so they circulate that, the information to the buyers.
The questions are amazing. How often, when, and where are RFPs submitted for AOR or EOR solicitation?
I'm drawing a blank. What is AOR or
EOR, RFP. Well, how often do you update the RFPs?
I mean, weekly. I mean,
Weekly.
I
Okay.
don't know the frequency of the RFP. It depends on our business needs. And the MTA also enters into multi-year contracts. So if you miss an opportunity, you may miss it for, a 3 to 5 year period. So you should constantly check the MTA website, for new opportunities.
How does the MTA secure technology services through bid process? If so, are the bids secured from the MTA headquarters? I think you answered
Um,
that.
most IT contracts are solicited through MTA headquarters. Um, we buy goods and services, like if it's a IT commodity, we have a variety of different sources, right? We purchase off of New York State OGS, the Office of General Services. They, purchase in bulk for the state. And so we're able to access those contract opportunities, but we also do some direct purchasing for IT goods and services, a whole host of software. So if you are, a provider of, a variety of different softwares, there are a lot of opportunities for you to do business with the MTA.
Is there reciprocity to be MWBE and DBA certified with the MTA? We are certified MWBE with Port Authority, MBE certified with New York City SBS, DBE certified with New Jersey Transit with a question mark.
So, if you are DBE certified with New Jersey Transit, you can fast track your certification with New York State through the MTA, right? As far as Port's MWBE certification, we do not recognize that. We only recognize New York State certification as MWBE through Empire State Development Corp.
I think you answered this. Does MTA purchase executive search or IT staffing services through MWBE small purchase method? If
Yes,
not,
we do.
okay.
Um, We do some of this, yes and no, right? So we had an RFP where we pre-qualified IT consulting firms for staffing and other consulting services. So we should have a new list of pre-qualified firms coming out. That RFP was held about a year ago, and we had an overwhelming response. So we're still evaluating, those proposals, and that was for discretionary and non-discretionary opportunities. So there will be opportunities that are 1.5 million and below, exclusively for certified firms. But then there's a second part of that same RFP that was for opportunities above 1.5 million. And of course, firms were welcome to propose on both parts. So we have a lot of responses to pour through.
Uh, I think you answered this. If you, it came up a couple of times. If you've been certified in New York State MWBE, do you need DBE certification?
Um, you don't need it, but it's encouraged. If you would like to participate as a subcontractor on a federally funded project, you would need to be DBE certified.
And we have Jenny Lowe on from the Empire State Development. She does the New York State MWBE certification. She's in the chat right now, and she put her link in that will assist people. So thank
Hi,
you so
Jenny. Thank you.
We love Jenny.
Yeah.
Someone asked, does MTA set aside funds for adhesive bandages? That's a specific one.
we we purchase safety goods. That's all I can
Thank
tell
you.
you.
Okay. I just didn't want people to think I'm picking and choosing.
Okay.
If you, okay, you answered that. A lot of these are coming in. Can you share the information of the help? Can you share the contact information of the help desk to help with the login and the MTA portal? If someone can put that in.
Sure. If Karen could put in the BSC contact information.
That would be
Thank you.
great. Jenny put her information in. Okay, that was answered. Jenny put information in for that. What about CCTV and access contracts? I see CCTVs everywhere and turnstiles access. Are they always given out to large companies only? Well, that's
They are
interesting.
not always given out to large companies, and we've purchased many of those cameras through discretionary purchasing.
Okay. So drone footage, engineer. Okay, hold on. She answered that. Someone wants to know how long it takes to become certified.
So with the DBE program, we can, process a completed application in less than 90 days. Our average processing time is 55 days.
Uh, Do security guard agencies have opportunities in there?
Um, Very limited, very limited opportunities for security.
Okay, hold on, it's pop, okay. No question. Okay, I think we have everything. Hold on, let me go into, because there's two portals for questions. I see that SDVOB is included. What about veteran-owned small businesses, VOSB certified by the SBA?
We only recognize service disabled veteran owned businesses certified by New York State Office of General Services.
Okay. Okay, that was answered. That was answered. MTA, sir. Okay, that was answered. I'm just going through because there's another
Sure.
Q&A. Frank, I'm sure that they will reach out to you. Frank is from the Hispanic Chamber of Commerce. He is on there. So we'll get you in contact with them.
Okay.
Security card, we just did. Uh, for smaller jobs, how can we prepare the bidding process? Do you want to answer that? You pretty much did this whole presentation, but
Well, I would say, work with small business services. So Empire State offers a lot of technical assistance to firms. New York City Small Business Services offers a lot of technical assistance to firms to help you complete bid documents. I think they're really excellent, with the assistance that's freely provided, and you should, take advantage of any PTAC services that are available.
do you make the awards public?
Um, I believe that construction and development within the MTA does. All of we've been inconsistent, I'll be honest, about publishing bid results. But when you bid or propose, you can always contact the buyer that you submitted the bid or proposal to request bid results, or you can submit a FOIL request. And that's the Freedom of Information law requires us to share that information.
Perfect. Any other, I think we have a lot of questions here. We went through all the questions. I'm really excited about that. Hold on. Any other questions before we close this out? This has been so amazing, so informative. I really like to do this maybe either at the end of the summer or maybe in the fall. We can do an update on this because this was extremely popular. You can tell by the questions that people are asking that there is a need for this information to get into the business's hand. And I just want to say thank you so much on behalf of the Greater New York Chamber to Christine, Karen, and Terrence for giving us the opportunity to provide this information to businesses. And like I always said, we're here to help you grow your business. And the more information that you have, the better off your business is. So I'm going to turn it over to you for closing remarks for Christine, Karen, and if Terrence, I can put him in audio if he wants to. I can put him in. So Christine, you want to close it out?
Sure. Well, I would like Terrence or Karen, if you have any announcements about the next opportunities to participate in a new firm orientation with the MTA or DBE workshop. Um,
So yes, so we will be sending out an email with all of our upcoming workshops that you can participate, you can register and participate in. For, I know Christine mentioned the new firm orientation sessions, and we do have several DBE workshops coming up. So you can pick a date that works for you and register to learn more about how to become DBE certified. We also are planning I saw someone asking about networking events. We are planning some networking events in the near future. Once we have those finalized, we will share it with this group as well. Would love to have you guys participate in our events, of course.
Yeah.
Well, sorry about that, Karen. I thought she was asking about the chamber event. So
Oh.
I'm glad you answered that. So if it's for you, I apologize because you're going to see I would said, oh, I'll send you information. So
I would just like to say this, that the MTA is committed to ensuring that, minority, women-owned, disadvantaged businesses, service-disabled, veteran, and small businesses have, equal access to contracting opportunities with the MTA. I encourage everyone to register to do business with us. That's the first step. If you don't access the opportunities, you won't be able to bid or participate in the procurement process and win contracts. Firms that are doing business with us, I mean, we are the lead agency with payments to MWBEs. We've exceeded the state's goal of 30%. That's 15% MBE and 15% WBE for 4 consecutive years. We expect this year to be the 5th year. Last year, we paid MWBEs over $756 million, right? So if you're not doing business with the MTA, who are you doing business with in New York State?
I need this number for the news story. One other question just popped in. We are requested to be a subcontractor on the staffing contract, but the prime hasn't been responsive. Can we request FOIA?
Yes, you can. You can reach out to our contract compliance department within the Department of Diversity and Civil Rights, and we can have a compliance manager look into the contract.
Thank you so much.
Okay. All right. And we can
Karen?
put that in the chat as well.
Oh, good. Yeah, put it in the chat.
Karen, Ray Burke's information, please,
Okay.
in the chat. Yeah. Thanks. Okay.
Anyone else? Karen, do you want to, anything? We're good?
Yeah, I think we're good. Like we mentioned, we are going to send you an email after this. Once, Helena, you send us their contact information, we are going to reach out and we will share as much as possible with you guys that I know Christine covered a lot, but we'll definitely get you the right links and the right email contacts for everything that was covered here. And within that email, I'll also include Ray Burke, his compliance email address as well. I'm trying to get it on the chat also.
I'm
Okay.
not closing out the chat. So perfect. Thank you, Christine and Karen. Thank you so much. As you can tell from like I said before, I'm repeating myself, but I just am first of all, I'm so honored that we were able to, have this and that, that our partnership with the Greater New York Chamber and the MTA and to provide this information and to get it out there into the businesses' hands. I can't thank you enough. And I'm sure, and as you can tell by the chat, everyone is saying it was so informative, very much needed. Thank you so much. And we so appreciate it. We're one day away from the weekend, so everyone enjoy themselves. And Christine and Karen, I'll be sending you the contact information. And everyone, if you have any questions on behalf of the Greater New York Chamber of Commerce, please feel free to email me. If you're not a member of the chamber, please join us. We are a nonprofit organization solely supported by our members. And then also May 22nd is our World Trade Cocktail Reception. We're celebrating World Trade Week on May 22nd. And don't forget, it is Small Business Month, month of May, and it's May 1st today. So support your small businesses. Thank you again, Christine, Karen, and Terrence.
Thank you.
Everyone have a great day.
Thanks, Helena. Good luck to everyone. Bye.
Bye, everyone.